All right, guys, welcome back as we load into Netolic Pro League 4th edition, Game 3, Speed Gaming versus Team Empire. Speed coming back in a huge fashion due to a rather lackluster Invoker pick out of Empire, not able to do the damage they had hoped for, and immediately Empire respect banning Sing's Troll. We'll see if there's...
Nope, it's me. Surprise Prove has appeared.
A wild ProveAttitude has appeared.
I'm back, you guys. Sorry about that. Internet kind of just pooped out after the power went out, but I'm back now. Excited to cast this third game. Empire takes game 1, but Speed rolls over Empire game 2, and luckily for us, as well as the viewers, we get a game 3 out of this.
I'm excited to see what Speed has left in store for us. They've taken a few big wins recently. Empire, the roster reformation, just as exciting to watch. Scandal having a few big games. Mag, not so much the last game, but that's all right. Things happen. Elder Titan ban out. Batrider respect ban. Naga squeaks through as a result. OD, of note, still in this pool. And a lot of Dota left to be played here today. One more game coming down for the winner to advance against Fnatic Sunday Finals. We'll be coming at you guys very shortly for Cup number 1. Winner taking home 100 points towards the playoffs, as well as $1,000. A lot on the line for these teams wanting to play their best every game. For those of you guys sticking around after the match, we will interview a player from the winning team. If Empire wins, we'll grab one of them. If Speed Gaming wins, we shall grab someone other than EE this time around, as he already had his time in the limelight. And we'll rotate it up, whether it's Sing Sing or Bone 7. If that's the case, that's fine. More than likely, I'll try to grab Scandal or anyone who's comfortable talking in English to any of us. And Naga Siren gets responded to by Speed Gaming in the form of Visage and Clockwork Robot. Bone 7's trademark has turned games around on his very own shoulders with that hero many a time.
I loved E's interview. It was just like, he didn't care what anybody thought about him getting phase boots on Weaver. And like you said in the previous games, he always does things that seem so unconventional, but he does it and he can make it work. And his innovation is really something to be admired, to kind of shake things up a lot. So the interviews are really awesome, you guys. Make sure you don't go anywhere after these games. There's that Outworld Destroyer. He made it through the draft. The Scandal Batrider has been taken out of this game. As a result, we are going to see Clockwork, presumably for Bone 7, and OD will get some action this game. We get into the second round of banning here. Razor gets nixed, and Darkseer, who hasn't received any love today, is going to get taken out of the pool as well.
Gives them the perfect opportunity to ban out the Razor as a result, and that's exactly what they do. They recognize, hey, you know what? You guys want to grab Visage Clockwork? We're going to respond with the Razor ban. Very conventional picks bans here, but the Kunkka ban throws me a little bit off. However, there are some notable Kunkka players on the Speed Gaming side, is all I will say. And although EE was unconventional with his Weaver pickup in Game 1 in terms of items, wasn't quite able to perform there. And who is tapping their microphone?
I don't know. Definitely not me. I'm definitely not talking to Twitch chat while I'm casting. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, okay, well, at least you're not the mainstream, because every time you all tap, it's like an FPS drop. Everyone knows.
Yeah, I need to fix that, because there is a console command to fix that.
Just so you guys know, I like fight for you. I'm sitting there on Skype the entire time like, please, God, stop all tapping, chat going to kill you.
Ever is so ridiculous. He's like always telling me things after the stream. I don't think I would be as good of a caster or as professional if Ever wasn't just like on me about every single thing. So there you go. I said something nice. After telling you that I was happy not casting you for a while, I'll say something nice.
All right, I guess. I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but I suppose so. I try to bring professionalism because it's a representation of our game every single time we go live to anywhere near 10,000 viewers. We have to represent the game that we're, casting, and I don't like to keep things, I guess, lax if I can help it, especially on something as big as this. a lot of really well-known, reputable teams here. So we're trying our best to provide you guys the utmost quality on some things. And I hope you know if any camera work goes awry too, I'm the first person to say something. So you guys don't have to spam it in chat. I'm like, hey, what happened with this last team fight, guys? So we do try to up production value, still adjusting to this format in NPL4. Shadow Fiend pickup, gonna provide a lot in the way of that minus armor aura. And it's something we haven't seen. Doesn't quite have the Elder Titan natural order to couple with it. Down a gyrocopter, nonetheless.
It's a really decent early game out of Speed Gaming at this point. Shadow Fiend is very, very effective early on and very, very effective mid-game. His right-click damage alone, not even mentioning on top of his raises, but his right-click damage alone is absolutely insane. He is a little bit squishy, and he is a little susceptible to these ganks. But if you can work through those issues, he is going to be a very, very, very heavy hitter throughout these games. On top of that, you do have Bone 7, and we've seen him on this clockwork time and time again, and his hook shots are spot on every time. Those cogs that he can throw up have been the deciding factor of team fights multiple times. I remember last week we were casting Speed Gaming, and that Roche Pit fight where he blocked off half the team on the little hill right next to the Roche Pit. It was just absolutely amazing. So big plays surely to come out of him. Visage with those stuns are great for the team fight. And then you have Bane. Bane's so good at effectively countering any carry that you decide to pick up on the opposite team, because that Enfeeble is going to minus the damage that they're going to do, and then Fiend's Grip is going to hold them still regardless of whether they have a BKB or Rage or anything to that regard. It's going to go through it, it's going to hold them still, and you're going to be able to just focus them down after that. His laning presence also very strong with that brain stat being pure damage, and then the sleep sets up any type of stun you want to do as well. Leshrac is going to be the fourth pickup here for Team Empire. Great for pushing down towers, great AoE stun, and really just great AoE damage all around.
Lone Druid yet again banned out, not wanting to see Empire pick that up. They play a menacing Lone Druid once they get rolling, but we haven't seen this team lineup since... It wasn't Moscow 5, was it DTS? I think it was DTS. That's probably fair to say for this Russian lineup. Weaver also taken out as a potential last pick for Envy. They need something coming up big here. And Lifestealer still seems to be in the pool if they elect to go that way. I think that'd be fine. Naganet would drag him down early game, but Gyro can't really farm against him. They might have a chance to spiral that out of control. I like that pickup. The only response that Empire has is a carry of their own that would potentially just, I guess, core out of the off lane. And the off lane is lacking a lot of really decent options here. Darkseer, Lone Druid getting banned out. But they're going to go with Luna again, recognizing EE had a really good game. We'll try so again. That puts Sing on Shadow Fiend, Bone 7 on Clockwork. We'll see more than likely Scandal on OD, unless they pick up an interesting offlane that they want to switch. Really good versatility out of Empire in all of these games. To be honest, Doom in middle with Mag rotating over to the Invoker the last time around. Wasn't able to get much going, but that was in part due to Sing just rotating over every chance he got to murder him. Yes! We're going to see another Doom!
Very, very exciting, and I think that was a really solid pickup for them. Like you said, the off lane was a little lacking there in terms of choices and whatnot. One thing to mention about Speed Gaming, with that Luna picked up, it's a really good combo with Shadow Fiend, because Shadow Fiend is going to be minusing their armor, and then Luna is going to be giving your team more physical damage with her aura. So it goes hand in hand there. You're going to be doing a lot of damage, and you're going to be minusing everybody's armor so that they're taking a lot of damage from you still. At least with that Doom pickup, though, you're going to prevent, things like the Fiend's Grip happening with the level death. You're going to be able to prevent Luna from firing off her ultimate, also from the Glaze bouncing. And then Shadow Fiend as well, you can stop his ultimate and stop his raises. So a lot of options with that Doom, and we saw Empire perform very well with it last time. Mag played him last time as well, so we will see that solid play out of him once again.
Waiting for everyone to take their seat. Bone 7, last one to do the pickup and introductions yet again in order for Game 3. Winner take all here, advancing to the finals. Loser moving down. They will play again in a fourth place match to determine who takes home 50 or 25 points. Not all is lost if you lose this. In terms of the playoff race, will come down to the wire in 5 weeks. This being the first leg of 5 separate cups And the winners of the points will be taking better positionings in the playoff brackets once we get going. LB, not a position you would like to start off in, but game is underway with Empire taking up introductions. First, Scandal OD, Mag yet again on Doom. We'll see if they rotate him off to that mid lane. Van Score, Naga Siren, and Jackson on Gyrocopter with Fly waiting to pick up that final support in a moment here.
Speed Gaming gonna take up residence here on the Dire side. Pylite Die is gonna be your Bane. Sing Sing on that Shadow Fiend. EE Sama will be your Luna. Owie 2000 on Visage. And finally Bone 7 on his signature Clockwork. Waiting for this game to get underway. I think this is a good time to plug our sponsors since this whole tournament would not be possible without them.
Is someone typing again? This is absurd.
I'm not typing this time.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought it was you because I know you don't have a mechanical keyboard.
No, I'm serious, so I'm not typing this time.
All right. Well,
I
don't know if it's Nahaz. I saw his icon blink. Nope, it's Barry. I have no idea what Barry's doing in the background, nor do I want to know.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear any typing, so
I don't know. No, I'm definitely.
You're crazy. Ever.
No, his
That's
picture.
All it is.
His picture flashed for me. No, I'm gonna throw it out there anyways. I'm just.
All right.
Who's making the tapping?
Fast before we start this game up.
Sponsors, you said?
Yeah.
I already did. All right. Anyways, yeah, guys, check out Big Point Battle. BigPoint.com/LOL will directly support us as an organization trying to push forward these tournaments. Visit that link. It is again BigPoint.com/LOL. Play the games until at least level 3 and directly fund further tournaments as Big Point has stepped up big time for us here. $15,000 prize pool as well as dat bet real money on games, and now Bone 7 gonna get spotted out real quick, interrupting the plugs, and we'll end him there as he's on the run from 5 Empire and not able to really lock him down, and he recognizes the fact that Cogs could just as easily block him off in this narrow bottleneck right here.
Yeah, can't really chase that on through. Bone 7 waltzing over, realizing that he is not in a friendly part of town, goes ahead and heads back. He will be up against this offensive tri-lane, but it's not going to be terrible for him. He is going to be able to block the creeps with his cogs if he needs to do so. Visage is going to go ahead and pick up the wards. Bone 7 realizing that there's going to be no opportunity for him to really de-ward down here, or rather ward and block the camp, that is. Mid is going to be Sing Sing. Should be going up against OD. We'll see how he fares in this lane. At least Shadow Fiend, he's going to be able to get the creeps with that plus damage. He won't have a whole lot of mana from the OD, but it should work out in the long run.
I swear that the mic tapping has to be you in some way. I don't know what other way it could be. Like, just rotate.
I don't even touch my keyboard. It's all my mouse, so I don't know unless it's my mouse.
I don't know. Everyone hears it. It just has it. I'm blaming you because it was the first
time. It must have
to
be me because I'm
not now. Pylai right on top of Van Score in middle. No initiation going to be forthcoming. The illusion's gonna do a fair amount of damage at level 1, actually transitioning over, and Sing Sing as a result drops to half health. They're continuing on. Scandal right on top of Pylai. They're gonna go blow for blow here with the Enfeeble on. Sing Sing, or Pylai not really winning this, gets banished out by OD. OD taking his second buff immediately in, and it will be dual lane on dual lane action with a melee and a ranged outclassing the two ranges so far.
It's a really interesting lineup, to say the least. I mean, OD has that hard right-click damage, but with Bane there to enfeeble him, it only costs 95 mana, so it's not an absolutely huge mana cost to really be aware of. But it's going to help Sing Sing to get those early creep kills, whereas OD could potentially be denying that. So instead of Scandal denying all this plus damage to Sing Sing, Sing can get it early on, and then you can see Pylai Die transfer out of the lane because Sing Sing will be okay. But for now, that Enfeeble is just going to keep on getting popped onto Scandal.
And now it looks like this mid lane isn't going to go the way of OD as long as they can keep this Enfeeble up. I don't know what other way they have to stop this with Razor getting banned out. Sing Sing has to get the ball rolling eventually. Already has 6 souls. If he can keep that going, the damage should be too much in terms of right-click. Scandal, you see already is rotating down on his mana pool. Not as high as they would like. Visage rotate over onto Van Score with Pylai there to back up. Grave Chill applied, but no kill forthcoming. Just not enough right-click damage up that hill.
So Sing Sing loses all of his mana, Odie loses all of his HP, and both of these heroes have got to be just a little annoyed by that. But it's so entertaining, I think, to see dual laning mid. And I think a lot of people were spectating that maybe with the changes coming up in the new patch that we would see more dual lanes in the mid lane. And I think it would be really interesting to see, to say the least. So we gotta go ahead and take a look at some of the other lanes. Nothing really happening in the mid lane. They're trading blows, casting spells, but nobody's gonna die just yet. Bottom lane, Jackson there as well with the support from Always Wanna Fly. And Bone7, he's at least getting close enough to get in with the creep kills, sitting at level 3 right now. Has that rocket as well to really soak up the experience by being nearby, and then using the rocket to get the last hit. And the rocket goes in, but Jackson is going to deny it. The most effective thing about Bone7 on this bottom lane, though, is that that rocket is trying to stop this pull from getting stacked. And that is indeed what's happening. He says, no, I don't need the observer wards. I'm going to use my rocket. I should be able to time it right, and I will block this camp. And that's going to make Always Wanna Fly have a harder time on this bottom lane, pulling and stacking effectively for Jackson.
I'm guessing you turned on last hit denies after I called that out over in the mid lane. I'm hoping so at least anyways. 19-0 for Doom. Actually taking the lead here. What?
Barry's on camera.
Oh, it was Barry. No wonder. I mean, he's not even going to flash net worth, is he? I mean, 1.6k on the gyro, tied with the Luna, no big deal. 24 for 1 on EE, having solid game, left alone to do his bidding up in top lane. If they leave that unchecked much longer, Luna will be a very viable threat. As Nahaz mentioned, really good record for Bane Elemental up against an OD. Currently OD going unchecked right now, trying to get his digs in against Sing Sing, who has, in spite of not having a lot of mana, a good amount of right-click damage. 12 souls to his name so far. And trying to see exactly what they can do. Mag grabs Invis in front of Bane and walks back over. It's very confusing calling him Mag while he's Doom, because there is also a Mag hero, but oh well. Actually, Sentry applied. They're going to see if Mag wants to go on them mid lane, but he doesn't have the health pool to do anything against them, let alone the mana right now. So he's going to back off, no gank off that Invis, and they're just going to go back to what they were doing with dual lane on dual lane. Take a look over, check in to see how Bone7 is doing. 10 for nil on his last hits, garnering as much advantage as he possibly can with the rocket flare. Lane pushing forward. It's going to allow him even more experience. Already level 3, 4 minutes into the game, so he's not having a bad lane in the slightest. And a push will come down on top of the tower. Fly moving forward, has Edict, seeing if they could potentially snipe him out, but he's on top of a tier 2. They can't chase that down. And we'll see if the Edict is popped. It's level 2, and there it goes. Flying out, forcing out fortification. Pile die there to back things up.
Single pull on the top lane is going to signal that they're going to go ahead and push this tower down. Big push. They know that the bottom tower is under fire, so they're going to go ahead and get their own tier 1 tower on the top lane. Great for Owie in this lane. With EE being so safe, Owie was able to successfully pull for a while, and that gave him a lot of money to really start his way towards. And look at EE, right as Always Wanna Fly TP's in, the ultimate is popped, and Mag and Jackson could not get there in time. Rocket is gonna fly onto EE, but EE is gonna make it out here just fine. 5 minutes into the game, and we finally get first blood. It goes to Speed Gaming.
Top lane with the tower down and first blood occurring. Some advantages headed the way of Speed Gaming. Like I said, if Luna goes unchecked, it's not going to be a favorable situation for Empire. They have the ability to team fight, they can do them, but that will not stop those bouncing glaives from coming out unless it's a bad situation. And even if that's the size of it, where Doom is applied to Luna instead of SF, SF could then go ham, more or less. We'll see what build Sing Sing elects to go, if he wants into BKB man fights, if he Shadow Blades. Huge stack's going to come down over in the jungle. It's a 3 stack, actually 4 stack, excuse me. As he's already man-moding through that with Raze.
Yeah, it would appear that either Visage or Bane were doing work on that top lane to really get those stacked up. But it's great for a Shadow Fiend. You burn through those stacks so quickly with your right-click damage and with the Razes and Sing Sing. Be careful there, getting a little close to death. Does have the bottle now, so he's going to be able to stay in this lane a lot better. And by going to the jungle, Highlight Die was able to get to the mid lane, stay off and away from danger, but still stay close enough to get the experience. And once you hit that level 6 on Bane, it really creates a lot of opportunities for your team to fiend script somebody in a different lane. And we do see PyLi rotating to the bottom lane. Doesn't really have a whole lot of mana, but Bone 7 is calling for that support to come on through as the tower is taking a lot of damage here. But not just yet. Jackson, he's going to back up. He's content just farming this lane. Has already picked up the Phase Boots as well as the Ring of Basilisk. Leading the way in the scoreboard is going to be Luna sitting at 49. Hasn't been contested really at all on this top lane, and also has a kill under her belt as well as a tower kill. So really, really great net worth sitting on her person right now at 3,800.
Ah, it is you tapping. I found it out. Finally, I saw the sound wave bounces. Yeah, it's 100% you now. Bone 7 in a lot of trouble. Naga net applied cogs to try and buy himself some time. He should go down regardless. Underneath the tower, 4 right on top. Crashing in Gyro, obtaining the last hit, and tower under a lot of duress will crumble as Empire looks to take back the advantage they lost in a kill and a tower, so evens things up more or less. They continue on, however, this time around towards this tier 2. Could turn into a bad situation. PyLi level 3 still coming in, could set up a decent situation for them on top of these 3 heroes that have elected to stay around for Empire now. Looks like Lesh is trying to actually throw up some of this damage. PyLi still looking as Grave Chill is now applied to Fly. They slow down Mag. They can turn on him as a result immediately after, and latches onto one of the creeps is Bone 7 with that hook shot. And unfortunate that the Aoi 2000 Visage creeps were there. He played him to a T last game, but there wasn't a hook shot to get in the way. So a little bit of miscommunication causes a second kill to not go off.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. The thing is, though, even if he had landed the hook shot, I don't know if there would have been enough there to actually secure the kill. First of all, it is Doombringer. Even at level 8, he's already sitting at almost 1200 HP. He has a Stout Shield on top of that, and he has his Scorched Earth. So you get in there with the hook shot, but then you have nothing else. Your Battery Salt was already used to kill the Leshrac, as well as your Cog. So there wasn't really much you could do. It was a nice effort. But even if the hook shot had connected, I don't know if they would have been able to secure the kill. But a decent punchback nonetheless. You do get the Leshrac picked off. You have this lane pushed in now, so it does give Bone 7 a little bit better of an opportunity to farm the lane. The ward here is going to protect him, assuming no smoke ganks come on through. He should be alright, but Jackson, likewise, it's going to be fine just sitting in this lane and continue to farm up. Trying to catch up to the Luna as well as Sing Sing on that Shadow Fiend. Past the Sing Sing, still has yet to overcome the Luna, sitting at about a 1,000 deficit there. Luna, EE on the top lane has just had the time of his life. He didn't have that time available to him on the Weaver first game, but Luna this game and Luna last game, he's doing alright.
EE able to actually lose his farm lead to Sing Sing for the first time since last game. Sing Sing actually on a roll with full soul stacks, and if they don't do anything to keep this in check, we'll see exactly how things transpire. Jackson not doing too bad, had the tower kill. Bone 7 and company rotating off will find Vanscore. They appear out to that Obswar net applied to Bone 7. Bone 7 actually hook-shotting himself out of a call down that had yet to come, and will negate the entire Gyro ult as a result, and Lesh unable to follow up with what would have been a really bad stun. He possibly couldn't tank on through, so intelligent play from him. It's one of his best heroes. Sing Sing actually gets imprisoned there, not able to do anything at all, and just walks away.
Aoi elects to pick up the medallion, so even more minus armor will go in the way of speed gaming when they do begin to engage on these fights. I mean, it's an 11-minute game and we've only had 3 kills, so a little bit slower of a pace than we have been used to these past few games. But when you have heroes like Shadow Fiend, like OD, like Doom, like Gyro, they want farm. They really want to get that farm up, and you still have low levels on the support heroes. Like PyLi has yet to hit that level 6. Naga Siren also not level 6 just yet. So the support skills need to get up there a little bit more before these rotations really start to come on through full swing. And on top of that, we've only seen 2 towers fallen. Top lane and bottom lane respectively have their tier 1 towers down. So it's been a little bit slower of a pace, but we are sitting 12 minutes to the game. So looking at the gold graphs, very even thus far. only a very, very small advantage to Speed, and now the XP as well. A slighter advantage there, but nothing too terrible in that regard. Mid tower is going to take a beating here from the right clicks from Scandal and Mag, but there is a defense here, and if they elect to go on through with this tower push, they're going to meet a pretty big resistance.
There is just as much push power out of Speed Gaming as we saw last game, even though they do not have the Ents to tank up. The Familiars, Luna, coupled with Sing Sing is going to be more than enough, and they can blaze down waves. So there's a lot of potential to get things done in a hurry if they want to group up, but they're a very greedy, farm-heavy team, and Empire hasn't really made them pay for that fact yet. Doom can get tankier, but still, if you leave Sing Sing and EE unchecked for too long, they're going to have way too much damage, and then all it's going to take is Bone 7 moving in the background, locking any of those heroes down. Whether it be Gyrocopter, Doom, OD, doesn't matter. There's a lot of potential to come out, and OD really isn't spiraling out of control. He's 60 for 26, has a good amount of denies, but still hasn't slowed Sing Sing. As a result, he has 4.4k versus the 5.4k Sing has on that mid lane fight. So Scandal still not having a great game, but it's not bad. It's just the fact that the later they let them go and farm greedily inside their own jungle, the less they can do to them in terms of team fights. And now rotation coming out, Scandal right on top. Bone 7 immediately actually shackles out the imprisonment before it happens. Still going to die as a result, takes down 2 and actually lives. Mag still trying to chase down that kill, manages to get it at the cost of his own life with AoE. EE triple kill with Doom applied to Pylai Die, trying to chase down Jackson. If it expires, he would have been able to sleep him, but it was only halfway through its duration. And Bone 7 with a monster initiation. The arms were in the air to imprison him and set up, but instead he responds with a hook shot of his own. Battery assault, so they couldn't imprison him. The battery assault's gonna go through and they just can't kill him if that's the size of it. And he throws up barbed armor, so they kill him at the cost of their own lives. Great turn. Bone 7 just a monster on Clockwork.
It's impressive, to say the least, to watch him, and very inspiring on top of that. The smoke gang came through, Sing Sing was right here, so Odie got revealed right here, and they knew it was happening. Luna sneaks in and is able to get off the full ultimate with no other creeps or anything like that around. So that was quite a bit of damage in that regard, on top of the hook shot, on top of the raises, and the right-click damage out of Sing Sing. Really, really huge team fight for Speed Gaming, and that was just kind of what they needed to get up in this game a little bit more. But now, Empire, they're going to punch back here, looking to set their sights on this top tower. Top tower has not taken a notch of damage, but while they do that, we just might have this early Roshan attempt go down. They do have the medallion out of Owie, and Roshan, look at this damage that Roshan is taking, Everett. It is so fast that Empire has no time whatsoever to react to that. Yes, they're going to get the tier 1, but Speed Gaming, they have the advantage, and now they have the Aegis, and Shadow Fiend with that Aegis is going to be very, very brutal.
Push still coming down top lane. Empire trying to move through. Aegis will indeed be brutal if it gets a chance to be used, and Speed Gaming needs to respond in some way, shape, or form, but instead want to trade towers. So middle goes down, top tier 2 under a lot of pressure. Don't imagine they're going to be able to take another. They're just roaming around the jungle. They know all 5 for Empire up top, and Empire want to get back to see if they can defend, but instead Speed Gaming making the decision to head towards bottom tower. It gets pinged out, and we'll see if they follow through. On that note, with AUI 2000 moving up the top lane to make sure the creeps don't deal any more damage. No fortification, but there's no siege creep there, so not much of a challenge to overcome.
The next 6-7 minutes for Empire is going to be a little rough. They do have really good team fight out of the gyro as well as out of the OD. And then if these team fights do start going bad for Empire, then Naga Siren can pop that ultimate and bail them out. But you got to make sure that Naga is able to do that. He could be sleeping, she could be hookshotted. There's a lot of variables that could happen, and now Speed Gaming, they're closing in on Empire. Hookshot goes out, does not connect. Scandal rather goes ahead with the vanish out. EE getting in there, wants to pop the ultimate. It was up in the air, but the sleep comes down. Do they stay? Do they fight? Do they go? Looks like they're going to go ahead and go on in. A little bit of hesitation there might just cost them. Sing Sing gets netted down, but Mag is going to get caught out of position here. Bone 7 hot on his heels, going to chase him down. Scandal with a nice imprisonment once again, but Scandal is going to pay for that with his own life. Mag gets out of life, but at the cost of 2 other heroes. Lash as well as OD goes down. Sing Sing has not yet expended that agent.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on. I think Skype might have crashed or something. Either way, trying to get it fixed, but while we're sitting here waiting for it to fix, let me enable game audio and take a stab at this myself. Either way, hey, just back up in 3 minutes here. Speed Gaming, they're still holding on to it. They still got the Shadow Fiend. He's now finished up his BKB. A little bit earlier, we saw its effectiveness in that last team fight, and frankly, Empire had to turn tails and run on that one. I mean, they couldn't sit around and fight Sing Sing with that right away, but right away, Bone 7, he's not done. He's going to look for more, trying to bring down Jax, but Jackson stuck in the call down with the Blade Mail on Bone 7, and that is a very easy kill. But Pile Die, he's confident on sticking around. He thinks the rest of his team's actually going to come in on this, and they are. They're going to come in from behind Sing, as well as EE. They're looking for the kill on Always Want to Fly. He's popping the ultimate in the escape path of Scandal and Always Want to Fly, but instead, they are just going to retreat back up to their secret shop, and Speed Gaming just satisfied with the kill on Gyrocopter. And Empire is going to have to back out of this right now. This game's not looking too good for them. It's starting to spiral out of control. 5,000 now the way of speed as well as our experience. I want to look at that graph. 12,000 going the way of Speed Gaming in terms of experience. So things are just really not looking too good for Empire right now. And frankly, if you're in a farm race against Eternal Envy, who has a Midas and a Helm, and you're farm racing against Sing as well. These are 2 heroes who have an exceptional amount of flash farming capabilities, with Shadow Fiend's Raze being the best, or one of the best, flash farming abilities in the game, period. It's very hard to compete with him, especially at how adamant his supports were at stacking at the beginning of the game. They were always stacking, always keeping the jungle 2 or 3 stacked for him. So even though that mid lane was a little shaky, he came up to the jungle and he made up for it right away. Very, very quick. And he was able to just easily secure himself the decent amount of farm that he's up to now. I mean, he's got himself a BKB, does a decent amount of damage, and there's a lot of damage as well in Eternal Envy, which is making up for a lot of what Sing doesn't have. And Sing, already correcting me, picking up a Crystallis at this point. Now there's going to be the damage on him as well. So one moment, oh, barely not going to have a moment. It's Bone 7 jumps in on Vanscore. Vanscore going to need to pop that song, but that's not going to be allowed because of the battery assault from the outside. The Fiend's Grip claims a kill on the Owl Destroyer, and the Naga goes down on the side as well. And 2 go down. But meanwhile, in the back, Eternal Envy was looking for a kill there as well in the Gyro, and Gyro is forced out with Always Want to Fly as they are on the back foot once again, as Speed Gaming going to be looking to either knock down the remaining tier 2s, or if they feel comfortable, they could look to move on to the high ground here. As one moment I attempt to fix Skype. I apologize for any sound that you might miss for half a second. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to fix stuff here. Bottom lane as well, Sing Sing. He's got his Crystallis. He's not down by himself though. I mean, he's got the support within arm's reach if he wants to go out and receive it here. I mean, Bane as well as Eternal Envy, they're just sitting right here, waiting in the wings for it, and the rotations are already coming in. Mag and Always Want to Fly are here down in this bottom lane, as well as Jackson. Now, interesting build from Jackson here. They realized that they were not all that close in terms of farm. I mean, looking at our net worth, he's 4,000 behind Eternal Envy right now. As I will re-pick up the call and we will continue.
I'm telling you, like, please, God, figure it out or mute Mike in between or something. We're gonna fix it. I have no idea why Barry is self-casting this, because now we have 2 casters talking over one another in the same exact channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and restream it and knock it off. Yeah.
Okay,
Did you
we are
knock
live
it?
on mine. Yep.
All right. Wow.
Assuming it gets it off. I don't know.
It should. I have no idea.
I don't know what's happening either. Luckily, no fights really happened while we weren't actually casting here. I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Miscommunication or technical issues. Whatever might be going on, we are back into this game. Hopefully the stream actually goes up for somebody. It should be up for me. I'm in camera control now.
Yeah.
Jackson. Interesting.
I removed him
All
from
right.
the combo for tapping, and so he kicks us off the stream. I was checking who was tapping, and I even messaged you.
Anyways.
Yeah, you were streaming on the main stream. It's solo casting. Okay.
EE on the bottom lane
Anyway.
does have that Yasha picked up now.
Fix.
BKB is gonna sustain him for a while to stay in these fights. We do see a smoke up out of Empire, but they seem to be missing everybody. Unfortunately, as Speed Gaming look to rotate to the Roshan pit, Roshan not yet available for another 3 minutes here. So the tower will get taken, and now Speed Gaming is gonna go in looking for that phone 7 hook shot. He's trying to get into position, has the position, goes up to Scandal. Scandal caught in the cogs. This is not going to end well for him. And now Vansker is going to go ahead and pop the ultimate. He's trying to save him. Gonna get banished on himself from Scandal. But now teamfight continues. Jackson here. The familiars come down, trying to stun out Jackson. He's going to try and TP out of here. It gets canceled. He cannot make it out. Sing Sing. He's doomed for Scandal. He's going to take a lot of damage here. He's all alone. Might take Phone 7 out. No, Phone 7 continues to survive through this. Vansker tries to TP out, gets slapped from Pylai Die. Now Vansker, he's stuck in a very bad position.
And that's it.
GG is gonna be called. Speed Gaming gonna take this 2-1 against Empire.
They let Luna farm a little bit too long. Sing Sing not able to get shut down despite their best effort. And that is all she wrote. Interview forthcoming for you guys shortly as Speed Gaming advances to the finals of Cup number 1 to face Fnatic on Sunday. For those of you guys tuning in, I apologize for the awkward technical difficulties that we had.